labeled.
All right, we're going to continue with our media availabilities here at Sonoma Raceway. We are now joined by Ryan Newman, driver of the number 6 Wyndham Rewards Ford, who has a pair of top 5s and 7 top 10s here at Sonoma and is currently sitting 17th in the standings. We will open up to questions. Please raise your hand. We'll get a wireless microphone to you. Start over here on the window.
Ryan, this was kind of a tough session for you. I guess, is it the carousel or is it just everything, you're trying to put everything together?
I'm not real sure. We didn't do a qualifying run, so I know we're off a little bit in speed, but not the speed difference that you saw on the speed chart. So I think our Wyndham Rewards Ford is competitive, just not a top 5 car right now. So we got some work to do to make it better, and that's pretty much it. I mean, the carousel just took a little bit of learning for me, figuring out braking points and what the car balance was going to be like as it went through the corners. But other than that, it's just, I guess maybe a little bit of catch up for me because I come in with a mindset of 18 or 19 years of what I used to do, and it's not that anymore.
Was it tough because there hasn't been the charts on this? This is all brand new?
No, I mean, I got a chance to come out to the track yesterday, and they let me drive the pace car around just to kind of get a feel for it. And I couldn't go fast because there was a bunch of people around the racetrack, but just kind of wanted to get an idea of what to expect. And I mean, it's fine. It'll be interesting to see how it races. It's another half-mile distance that hopefully will add some excitement and some passing zones that we kind of needed here.
Come up front to Lee.
What are your expectations the first time that the whole field goes into the carousel? I mean, what do you expect on that first lap?
I don't know. I think that it's going to be a challenge when you crest the hill for the first time to see where the accordion effect happens going back, towards turn 3. And, you're going to be probably on the brakes in places that you've never been on the brakes before. And that'll be the biggest challenge, I think. Everything else is going to be kind of the same. But that first big checkup and that accordion that happens will be interesting to see how far back it goes, back towards turn 2.
We'll go to Bob.
Bob Pockris, Fox Sports. You're right there. You're right there on the borderline on points, and this is often a place where people kind of debate: do they go for
Can you say
stage
borderline
points?
anymore? Is that fair? Borderline. I mean, with all the political stuff.
You're on the cutoff.
On the cusp.
On the
yeah,
cutoff.
Yeah,
you're outside the bubble.
Yeah. I didn't know.
So my question is, do you get involved in the decision making whether you go for stage points or race points, or do you just leave that up to Scott?
That's up to Graves, and he has some obviously a better picture of what to expect, and here's more of the radio chatter and what other guys are wanting to do or might do, and has a better understanding of the past. For me, it's just about going as fast as I can without abusing the race car and having a car at the end that we are competitive enough to have a chance to have our best finish, and that might be first, that might be 31st, I don't know. So it's going to be interesting to see how the strategy plays out and who goes for what, because no matter what, those points are very important. You got half as many points in 2 stages as you have to win the race. So it's risk versus reward, I guess.
Go to Woody.
Woody came with MRN. Ryan, look ahead a week for us, if you will. Chicago, hotter than anything last year, and it does seem to be the kind of track that this package favors. What are you expecting there?
We got a chance to do the Goodyear tire test up there, and we did a couple mock races, I guess you could say, 25-lap runs, and we were off compared to the other cars that were there, but it was a lot of wide-open throttle time. And as long as you have a fast car, that's okay, but if you're wide open and not going fast enough, then it's miserable as a driver because you can't do anything to make up for that. They frown on it when you cut across the infield, so it's like having a slow go-kart at the go-kart track, right? You just kind of want to restart the race and get in a different cart. So I don't know that it's going to be like that when we tested, compared to when we race. But that was definitely what it was like. I mean, pretty easily back to wide open after 25 laps. And, I think a lot of people have learned a lot of things about that package since we tested there. But in the end, it was, again, more wide open throttle time than I expected for a track that usually loses quite a bit of grip like Chicago.
Go to Pat and then Lee.
Pat DeCole, NASCAR.com. Any consideration to running Eldora again, or is that like a once every 5 years kind of thing?
I would like to do it if the situation was right and I had the right opportunity. It was fun last year. I don't regret at all of the opportunity that I had, and had a lot of fun. Just got caught up in somebody else's crash, and if something fell in my lap, yes, but I don't want to take away from what I'm doing here to focus on something else outside of the Cup Garage. So that's the biggest thing.
Go to Lee.
Did you feel that the tires you were working with at Chicagoland helped at all with the grip, or?
It's hard to say because everything's so different, with the aero package and the horsepower package part of it. I don't know. The tires felt fine. They didn't feel anything crazily different than what we've had there in the past, which has been kind of the situation this year, in my opinion. So I think they'll be fine.
Talked about, this package and as far as horsepower. You've won at Daytona before. With this package, since we haven't raced at Daytona, what are your expectations there, since it's always been traditionally a big handling track?
Don't know. I've been very vocal about keeping the cars on the racetrack, and since Larson walked in, I think he's got some answers for you on that one. That's my biggest pet peeve is, whatever we do needs to put it on a good race, but most importantly, be safe for the drivers, be safe for the fans. And what Kyle's car did at Talladega was unacceptable. So I don't know what changes have been made, if any changes have been made, and what we're going to do to try to keep that from happening when we go back to Daytona. But it needs to not happen. And we'll see, whoever has the best drag downforce, package at Daytona we'll know at the end of the race.
Check in upstairs in the media center and see if there are any questions up there.
No questions upstairs.
All right, any final